Welcome everyone to the Kingdom Podcast. My name is Manny, and I just want to welcome you guys to this podcast where you will be blessed by it, and you will be filled with a lot of knowledge, wisdom, understanding, and insight. This podcast is going to help you understand spirituality, help you understand how spirituality connects to the scriptures, and also it's just going to help you understand life. So whatever you're going through, this is the page to be at right now, because I'm going to be teaching you guys so many things that I've learned and that I've come to understand through seeking, asking, and knocking. There's a passage in the Bible that says, "Seek and you shall find, ask and you shall receive, knock and the door shall be open to you." And that's what I've been doing all my life. I understand that doing that, I've obtained a wealth of knowledge, understanding, insight about life, about this experience on this earth. What is our purpose here? What is the main objective? And I'm going to be sharing that with you guys and what I've come to learn and understand, so that way you guys can take this knowledge and apply it to your lives and be blessed by it. So just to give you a little bit of my background on a spiritual level, I consider myself spiritual at this point in my life. My background and my faith and my foundation is built on Christianity, but I also welcome all religions that basically serve a God of righteousness, holiness, to also tune into this channel, because in this point in my life right now where I've become spiritually mature, I've gotten to the point where we're all seeking a common God. It's just through different aspects, and that's where religion gets diversified and differentiated, because certain religious systems believe God and is this certain way, but I'm here to preach unity. I'm here to help us understand how no matter what religious background that we come from, we all share common goals and ambitions, and that is to practice righteousness, do good, try to do the best you can, and just develop our souls, and to also share the light and be a pillar of light in this world. And that is my objective, and I'm just here trying to fulfill my purpose. And yes, so I welcome every single person. I don't care what your religious background is. I don't care what your faith is attributed to. I'm just here to try to bring everybody together, so that way we can come to a common understanding, and we just take it from there. There's a saying I like to say that, in my opinion, I think that religion kind of divides and conquers, and spirituality connects and unifies. But to that point, I do have my foundation set in the Bible and Christianity, and through my journey on this earth, that's what I've come to learn to be absolutely true, especially the story of Yeshua. That is his Hebrew name, and Jesus is his English name, but I like to call him Yeshua, but sometimes I may call him Jesus. But after studying the Bible front to back, Old Testament, New Testament, and coming to understand Jesus's mission and everything that he talked about, there's no denying it. I mean, everything that he discussed is absolutely right. And he is the prime example of how we ought to live our lives on this earth. And here's here's my understanding on life. Life and how we experience it here on this earth. It is a school. And that is the course. Life is the course. And we are spiritual beings living in a physical body. That's why the body is considered as a temple of God, because we are gods. Not the big God, but we are fragments of the one true creator. And we are a manifestation of the one true creator. And just like how it says, we were made in the image of God. And I truly, firmly believe that. And so we have to come to understand that and really realize that and accept that we are God's souls living on this planet, having an earthly experience to develop our souls. And when I say that we are gods, let me elaborate more on that. We are gods in the sense that we have free will, meaning we are not robots. We are not programmed on a spiritual level to act or conduct ourselves in a certain way. We have free will. We can do whatever we want. We are co-creators with God. And that's clearly evident because if you look around right now, everything that you can see, hear, taste, smell, use all your senses, touch, it's either been made by God or it's either been made by us. And that is a fact. There is no ifs, ands, or buts about it. And that's what I mean by, we are gods. We have the power to create using the materials that have been made available to us by God. And we have the ability to manipulate those materials and whatever those objects are to create whatever it is that we want based on the knowledge that we have. And that's what separates us from every single thing that exists. So come to this realization, my brothers and sisters, that we are gods. And I say that with a small g, not a big G. The big God, the creator, the one, the only, the Alpha, the Omega, the great I am, the beginning and the end, the one that created everything that exists, that is. He is the Almighty, and we are to revere his name and to keep it hallowed. Now, here it comes to play, when I say that, hey, I consider myself in a more spiritual, than religious at this point in my life, is because fundamentally all religions that have that common denominator of, hey, abstain from sin, practice righteousness, practice holiness, do good. It's really, that's what we all have in common. That's the common denominator. Now, there are certain areas where we have different aspects or perspectives on who the creator is, but I think that we're trying to describe the same God. And in that sense, that's why I'm creating this channel, because I want to bring everybody together so that way we can just look at the facts and look at the truth and let us migrate there. Let us fellowship there at that center. Let us come together at that point. And so that way we can, perfect this love that we should be doing while we're on this earth. Now, getting back to why we're here. So, once again, we're here. Earth is a school. The course is life. And the teacher is experience. So everything that we have ever been through in life, whether various experiences that each of us have individually experienced, we've all learned something. And whether those experiences have been good or bad, we've learned. We've gained some sort of knowledge or understanding or insight from whatever that experience brought us. And in my opinion, this earth and this course that each of us is taking and experiencing this physical life, when we graduate, and the way we graduate is through death, through the putting away of this physical vessel. When that happens, that's when we will be rewarded for our works. Now, each of us will not receive the same reward. The reward is going to be individualized based on what we have done and how we have developed our souls on this earth. So it's very important that we do as much good and try to practice as much righteousness and holiness as we can, because in doing that, we are generating a light within our souls and our spirits. We are generating a good spiritual energy, right? It's clearly evident that in this realm, in this physical realm that we are currently living in, there's a duality concept. There is light, there's darkness, there's good, there's bad, there's white, there's black, there's there's different, there's water, there's land. If you kind of get what I'm trying to say here, okay, there's this duality concept that is, there's positive, there's negative, there's negative charges, like all to kind of maintain this balance, I guess, so to speak. And excuse me, when God created the universe and its physical reality, that duality concept was immediately the curtain, or that was the fabric, that was the DNA of this universe and this physical reality. And that's the laws that are in place, and there is no denying it. And so I will get into that in a more deeper discussion once I kind of get to that point where I feel like I've put enough basic knowledge of what I'm really trying to get at in place through these episodes for you guys to understand what I'm really trying to help you guys understand. So it's going to get deep, but I gotta start it off at a level and at a certain. I gotta explain myself gradually, and periodically, and build up to that point. You can't climb a mountaintop in one day, right? So it's going to take some time, to get to that mountaintop where I'm just trying to explain you guys of what I've learned. So, once again, that is what we must understand. We have to understand that we were sent here on this earth to learn, and we are not to live our lives carelessly. We have to put a lot of thought. We have to apply a lot of wisdom into our life. We have to apply a lot of insight into our life. And we have to practice these things because our actions, our words come with consequences. For every there's something that's called the cause and the effect law. Some people call it karma, and some people call it different things, but it all applies to the same thing. Look, for every action, there's a reaction, right? There's cause and effect, and that's a law, and we have to understand that that is a law. And there's physical laws, and then there's spiritual laws. So the physical laws, what I was kind of mentioning to you before, is the duality concept, right? That's what kind of helps contrast, creates diversity. It had to be that way. Otherwise, everything would be, there wouldn't be no contrast, and there wouldn't be anything to learn if there wasn't like good and evil, good and bad, light and darkness. We wouldn't be able to differentiate and understand that one is more beneficial than the other. One should be applied more than the other. One should be done more than the other. We should conduct ourselves and do good and abstain from evil. We should be practicing righteousness and holiness and abstaining from sin. And what sin is basically is a violation of the spiritual laws. It's a violation. And some of the laws that on a physical level we shouldn't be violating, and on a spiritual level. So let's go to the spiritual type of laws, like the 10 Commandments, right? So the spiritual laws, the 10 Commandments: you shall have no other gods before me. You shall not make idols. You shall not take the name of the Lord your God in vain. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. Honor your father and your mother. You shall not murder. You shall not commit adultery. You shall not steal. You shall not bear false witness against your neighbor. And you shall not covet. Those are like spiritual laws, kind of married into physical laws as well. So those are some of the things that we need to consider. Now, that's the 10 Commandments is according to the Bible, right? Then there is something called the 42 Laws of Ma'at. These are some Kemetic laws that also corresponds to life as well, that should be followed. The 42 Laws of Ma'at. I have not committed sin. I have not committed robbery with violence. I have not stolen. I have not slain men or women. I have not stolen food. I have not swindled offerings. I have not told lies. I have not carried away food. I have not cursed. I have not closed my ears to the truth. I have not made anyone cry. I am not deceitful. I have not disobeyed the law. I have not terrorized anyone. The list goes on and on and on. You guys can kind of do your own research on the 42 Laws of Ma'at, but look, it's generally speaking is describing the same things. There's certain things in this life that you should not be doing, and when you do these things, it's going to darken your energy. It's going to darken your soul. It's going to put you in a negative state of mind. It's just going to lower your energy. That light that you should be developing through experience, through life, is going to dampen that light. And that's what we got to come to understand. And like I said before, in this world, we are here to develop our souls through experience and to continue to practice righteousness and holiness. We got to kind of not dwell in our ego. We have to not dwell in our ego. Should not be gratifying and satisfying the flesh in a unfruitful, unholy manner, so to speak. And that's the absolute truth. Because in doing this, we are In gratifying the flesh, we are torturing our soul, so to speak, whether knowingly or not knowingly. So it's like here that duality concept, kicks in once again. It's like, okay, what does it profit a man to gain the whole world but to lose his soul? Right? By satisfying the flesh, by, kind of rejecting the spiritual requirement that we should be fulfilling on this earth, developing our souls, living on purpose, trying to build that inner light. By rejecting that, what do you profit? Right? Because the only way you cannot be developing your soul for it to generate light and to be doing what you're supposed to be doing, to practice in righteousness and holiness, is the only way we're not doing that is by doing everything else that's satisfying the flesh. So it's either the flesh wins or the soul loses, or vice versa. The soul wins and the flesh loses. That's the that's the war that we're dealing with. There can only be one winner. And that's just the truth. And we gotta pick a side. We gotta pick, either we're gonna dwell in the light or we're gonna dwell in the darkness. And that's what I'm just trying to make you guys understand. So I just want everybody to wake up right now, whether you are aware of this or whether you're not. Please wake up. This is not the time to be playing around, to be distracted, to be living your life like however you want to, because there's consequences that comes with our actions. That's just a fact. Look on this earth. If you steal, if you kill, if you violate any physical laws, doesn't it come with punishment? But I'm here to tell you today that there are spiritual laws that must be satisfied as well. And if we do not abide by those spiritual laws, there will come punishment. There's a fate that comes with that. And I'm just trying to wake you guys up so that way you don't get pulled into the darkness unknowingly, or whether knowingly, and blatantly just saying, I'm gonna put that to the side. I'm not gonna, worry about, serving God, or, worrying about that stuff, man. I'm just gonna be living my life and just do what I want. Okay. But I'm just letting you know that that's not gonna go unpunished, period. So wake up. It's been said that Satan is the ruler of this world. And unfortunately, currently, that is a fact. That is a fact. Because think about Satan, his weapons. His weapons is to steal, kill, destroy. And I would like to add, he is here to deceive. He's a deceiver. He is here to create distractions, deception. He is here to entertain, to keep us entertained, to keep us in bondage, to keep you in darkness, and when I mention darkness, I mean also to keep you unilluminated, unenlightened, to keep you asleep, to keep you not aware of some of these things all the things that I'm talking about right now. He doesn't want you to know these knowledge. He doesn't want you to know that, hey, if you're living the life like however you want to live it right now, he doesn't want you to know that there's a punishment that comes with that. He doesn't want you to know that, hey, if you don't abide by the spiritual laws, you will be punished. Everything is authority. The way God created everything in his universe on a physical and a spiritual level, there is laws in place. That's how everything operates. There's authorities. It is said that we do not wrestle against flesh and blood, but we wrestle against the principalities and the forces of darkness in this world. There's hierarchies of There's positions of authority in the spiritual realm, just like there is in the physical realm, right? There's a saying that says, as above, so below. One, everything that is taking place on this earth is a manifestation of what's taking place in the spirit. So I really do want you guys to just understand this and just try to, wake up and come to an understanding that, look, we are here to complete a mission. We are in spiritual warfare. And the way that the spiritual warfare is being won right now is the devil is keeping people asleep. He doesn't want you to wake up. He doesn't want you to gain knowledge and insight and understanding. He wants you to be lovers of your flesh. He wants you to be downing bottles of alcohol. He wants you to be trying various drugs to alter your perception, to alter your mind, to satisfy the flesh. This is what the flesh likes. This is what I'm saying. When I say that he wants you to be lovers of your flesh, this is what if we did not show any restraint and control this physical body, because this body is naturally rebellious right now. And according to the scriptures, it's because of what happened in the Garden of Eden when Eve bit the apple or the fruit of the tree of knowledge of good and evil. And I'm going to get into that in other episodes where I'm going to dive into that significantly in more detail so we can figure out what was that fruit that Eve ate. What is that fruit symbolic of? Does it sound familiar? Is that same fruit being still offered to us in this present moment as we live and as we continue to experience life? Are we presented with different fruits that are satisfying to the flesh, that good voice, that God is telling us, no, do not bite that fruit. It is not good for you. If you continue to bite this fruit, you shall surely die. The wages of sin is death. And a lot of these quotes that I'm saying, these are all from the scriptures, and that's why I love the Bible so much, because it has all of this information in it. I strongly and encourage you, my brothers and sisters, if you haven't already done so, read the Bible front to back. Just read it. There's going to be gems that you're going to pick up from the word. Know that the words are powerful. I'm going to dive into that too. The power of words. The words that we speak, the words that we hear. All of it matters. Words are powerful. If you think about it, our life is being governed by words. Think about the Constitution that was written. It was written in words, right? And those words are still governing us till this day. Think about all the scriptures that's been written and all the religions that were birthed from all of those various scriptures. Those scriptures are still governing people's lives till this day. Words are powerful. What you write, what you speak, and what you hear can affect you for good or for bad. So, my brothers and sisters, I just want you guys to wake up from the sleep, and just come to the realization and understanding that we have work to do. We gotta create a new culture. We gotta bring heaven to earth. We must do it. That's the only thing that's going to save this world and save us from other destruction. Because if we continue to head in the path that we're heading to right now, destruction is inevitable. And that's a fact. We must change the culture. We must unite. We must spread more love and light. We must enlighten ourselves. We must start to feed ourselves the word of God into our minds, souls, and spirits, so that way we can start to bring heaven on earth. It is possible. Yeshua was saying, the kingdom of heaven is already at hand. It is within our fingertips. If we apply the right knowledge If we start conducting ourselves and we do the will of God, and if we start to feed ourselves the word of God, that's the great secret. That's what Jesus was doing. Jesus said, I didn't come here to do my will, but I came here to do the will of my Father. His Father, the God, the Creator, the Alpha, the Omega, the Almighty, the Creator of all things. Because if we align our will with His will, we will start to be able to do powerful things. We will start to be able to generate a light, a power, a glory that surpasses all understanding. Why are we giving up this greatest opportunity of all time? We must have reverence for ourselves and for God. We must conduct ourselves in a godly manner. This is our calling. Period. Now, I know that we are living in an imperfect reality. This physical reality, this temple right now, it's been tampered. It's been infected with sin. And there is no way around it. And God knows that. Okay? But that's why we are to practice righteousness and practice holiness, because we all fall short of the glory of God. There's no man on this earth right now that can be fully righteous and fully holiness based on just his efforts and works. It's impossible. The body will have its moments. Well, it will win. Sometimes it will win. Okay? But your duty is to not continue to fall. It's to get back up. God is looking at our effort. God is looking at how many times do we get back up? Right? We have to use our shield of faith. Our faith is going to be accounted to us as righteousness. That's what he told Abraham. Your faith will be accounted to you as righteousness. So we have to start developing our faith. We have to put on the full armor of God. We have to use that shield of faith, right? Against those fiery darts that's going to be sent against us, right? Those fiery darts represent sin. It represents the obstacles that you're going to have to face. It represents the different tasks and the trials and the tribulations that you're going to have to face. But you know what? Make sure you always get back up. So whether you're going through anxiety, whether you're going through depression, whether you just lost a loved one, whether you are in a state of mind where you're suicidal, whether you're in a state of mind where you just don't know what else to do with your life, everything is not working, things are not going your way, you build your faith up, you get back up, okay? Start getting into the scripture, start praying, exercise, hit the gym, develop your temple. All of that works. Start feeding your mind positivity. Listen to your favorite music that is not filled with words. Remember, let's go back to the words. Let's start listening to music that is positive, that is feeding your soul, that is planting the right words into your mind, okay? That is motivating, because all of that matters. Start listening to motivational speeches. May this motivate you. Anybody that's going through something right now, I pray that you are uplifted. I pray that you are strengthened at this very moment. I pray that the God of all understanding, the God of all creation, enters into your heart and your mind and allows this seed, this word that I'm planting in your mind and your soul and spirit to develop, to grow into a beautiful tree that bears good fruit. Don't give up. Don't give up. God is telling me to tell you, don't give up. Don't give up. Everything will be okay. Everything is working for the greater good. All these challenges that we have to face and endure is producing endurance. It's producing character. It's producing steadfastness. It's generating a light that we cannot see unless you are in the spirit realm, which is why I'm telling you these things from a place of knowing. God has shown me. I've had dreams and visions that I will be sharing at the appropriate time. There is a light in the spirit realm that our soul generates when you are practicing righteousness, divinity, holiness, when you are living by the word of God. But there's also a darkness if you do not live accordingly to what I just mentioned. If you do not live accordingly to the spiritual laws, you're going to be in the shadow realm. There's a reason why light and darkness do not intermingle. Darkness flees from light. It cannot be in the presence of light. Light is the greater energy. There's greater energies, there's lesser energies. Once again, it goes according to that duality concept that I was telling you about. Light and darkness. When you're generating light in your soul by practicing righteousness and holiness and living in a divine order and aligning your will with God's will, you are generating a glory and a beautiful light within your soul. And contrarily, if you are not doing these things, you are generating darkness into your soul and you will be in the shadow realm on the other side, hell, whatever you want to call it. Wherever your energy is, you will be there also, period. No ifs, ands, buts about it. When we graduate through death, when death takes place in this physical body, that's where we will meet our fate. And if you did not apply the spiritual knowledge and you did not live life and develop your soul according to God's instructions and ways, I'm telling you, this is what's going to happen. This is a fact. I've seen it. God is showing me this spiritual realm. There are forces of darkness. There are beings of darkness on the other side. It's a fact. Light beings, angels, they exist. I've seen it. Once again, if you continue to tune into this podcast, I will reveal, some of the dreams and visions that I've had throughout the years, and it is glorious. But my most important thing that I want you to know is right now is to wake up. Wake up. Wake up, for the kingdom of heaven is at hand. And I'm welcoming you, wherever you are, whatever viewers are watching this right now. If you haven't accepted God into your life, you can do it at this very moment right now. Do not wait. You do not know when your time is going to go up. You don't know when your time is up. You don't know when you're going to be your end. Accidents can happen. You can be here today and gone tomorrow. You can be here right now and gone in the next 5 minutes. You don't know what destruction is coming against you to take your life, your physical life. So right now, this is the opportunity right now while you can still hear me, while you can see me, you can watch this video right now, is to accept God into your life, accept Christ into your life. Jesus, Yeshua, he illuminated the way for us. Seek him. Start to understand his ways. Read the New Testament. Read what he stood for and everything that he was about. He illuminated the way. He's a trailblazer. He is the Son of God, standing at the right hand of the Father. No one comes to the Father but through him. And when I say that, I want to highlight more so his ways. He laid the blueprint. He laid the blueprint on how we ought to conduct ourselves so that way we can get to heaven. He is the way, the truth, and the life. He is the way, the truth, and the light. Stop getting distracted. Don't get pulled into this vortex that the enemy, that Satan has set up and play in this world to keep us distracted, to keep us from being able to understand these things that I just talked about. It is very, very important that you understand this concept of what I'm teaching you, because this is the truth. I'm going to dedicate a video too in the future where I will talk about this enemy, this common enemy that we all have, Satan, the ruler, his energy, his force, what his tactics are, what is his weapons. Because you can't fight an enemy that you do not know. You can't fight an enemy that you don't know what his capabilities are. So it is very important for us to understand what are these forces of darkness, what is Satan, what are these demons, what are their objective, what is their goal. They are against us, and we must understand what are the tactics that they use, what are their objectives that they're trying to obtain when they come against us. It is real. My brothers and sisters, wake up. And for those of you who are already awoke and awakened, still tune in, because I got so much I can share with you guys that you will be blessed by it. Thank you for being part of the light. Thank you for your service that you're doing. Continue to spread the light. Continue to spread the word. Share this video with people. Share this video on your social media platforms. Like and subscribe to this channel. Share this video with, your friends. Hopefully they'll be blessed by it. Share this video with your family members. Continue to spread the light, because we need to. Many are called, but few are chosen. And the secret is to being chosen is God chooses those who choose him. It is a mutual connection. Okay? That's the secret. It's not like, when the saying says few are chosen, that God has a select few of people that he's choosing, like, in a special way, like, you know what I mean? Like in a way, like, these are just like people that I don't care what they do. These are my folks. The choice is mutual. That's the connecting energy, the love for God. God will choose those who choose him. That's a fact. There's no other way around it. So that's why many people are called, but few are chosen, because few people are choosing him right now. And we need to start getting people to understand God and start to generate that love for God, so God can make more. So that way God can choose more. Choose more, elect. And all of us who have chosen God and who have chosen to dwell in the light of God and who have chosen to align our wills with God and it has chosen to dwell in the light, we are a very special people. So continue to fight. Continue the good fight of faith. Continue to practice righteousness and holiness. Continue to walk this walk. Continue to run the marathon, run the race, run this marathon. You will be rewarded greatly. The reward is going to surpass our greatest understanding and imagination. We don't want to pass this up. You don't want to pass up this opportunity. God sent us here to learn. We are here to develop our souls, and we are here to get connected with him. There's a reason why we don't know where we came from. Because that God did it that way is because that will give the birth to us wanting to seek, to figure out where did we come from and where are we going. The unknown. Who seeks what they already know? Once you obtain a certain knowledge, you don't continue to seek it. So that's why God couldn't show us before we were sitting here on this earth. God couldn't let us know where we came from. We have amnesia. Every single one of us, we have amnesia of where we came from. We have no clue or no idea of where we came from and how we get here. And we also we don't have a clue exactly, so to speak, of where we're going. We can't confirm it 100%, but we can have an idea. Once you start to seek and discover God, God gives you clues. All right. Continue to walk in my way, my son or daughter. this is what awaits you. This is the reward that you will get. And then once we get there, then we'll be like, So the things that I discovered on this earth were correct, There's a great reward that awaits those who follow the ways of God. There's a great reward for us that is waiting for us. But it's going to still be beyond our greatest imagination. So I want to thank every one of you who are watching this video right now that actually just took your time out of your day just to be able to watch this. And I hope you watch this from beginning to end. If not, still, even if you watch a little bit of it, I'm happy. I hope you've taken something away from this video. I hope you were blessed by it. I just continue to pray for you. Whoever's watching this right now, I pray that the light of God continues to manifest in your life. And if you haven't accepted God into your life, you can say this prayer right now real quick and say, God, I am a sinner. Jesus, Yeshua, I am a sinner. Thank you for illuminating the way. Thank you for life. I've come to the realization and understanding that I need you in my life. I cannot live without you. Help me understand your ways. Help me gain wisdom, understanding, and insight. Show me who you are. God, the creator of all things, show me who you are. Choose me, because I would like to choose you at this point in my life right now. I desire the light. I desire your knowledge. I desire your love. Enter into my heart. Fill me up, Lord. Be with me. Dwell in my temple. Remove the stony heart of flesh that I have in my heart and fill me up with your tender love and light and that gentle flame. Renew my mind, body, soul, and spirit, and connect me with your light, connect me with your love, and connect me with your being. Help me understand how to align my will with your will. Forgive me of my trespasses. Forgive me of my sin. Strengthen my faith. Although I may have times of tribulation and trials, although I may have times where I may slip into sin and fall short, Lord, but I pray and ask that you allow my effort, my faith to be attributed and to be accounted as righteousness and holiness through the ways of Yeshua, signified by the blood that he's shed for us on that cross. Enter into my heart, Father. I am yours and you are mine. And let these words that I have spoken be confirmation and be sealed for eternity and bind us for eternity. Let it be so as I have spoken. Amen. And if you said that prayer, congratulations. You are now grafted in with God and his eternal love. And now you are part of the family. So I welcome you, my brother or my sister. Continue to stay tuned to this channel. Continue to tune into the videos that I post up, so that way you can continue to develop your soul. I'm going to be sharing wisdom and knowledge that I've obtained that it took me years to understand. And by me putting these in the videos, you're going to surpass years of work and studies. And you're going to get it all in these videos. So thank you guys for tuning into the Kingdom Podcast. I welcome you guys back. As I continue to post up more episodes, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. And until we see each other again, peace and love.